I got a 328 on my GRE and here is how you can too. I got a 328 on my GRE and subsequently got an admit from Columbia University, University of Chicago and CMU Tepper. GRE is a widely accepted standardized test and is accepted by universities internationally. There are 3 sections in a GRE. Quantitative, verbal reasoning and analytical reasoning, which is really an essay section. Which section is more important? It really depends. If you are targeting a master's course in a quantitative field such as engineering or mathematics or statistics, then quantitative would be a more important topic for you. But if you are targeting a more verbal heavy degree or a language heavy degree, then verbal will be a more important topic for you. Today I'm going to share with you how did I prepare for my GRE along with a full-time job and got a perfect score on quant and 158 on verbal. But if we have never met before, hi, I'm Shivi Chauhan. I have completed my master's from Columbia University. I work as a management consultant in New York City. So let's begin. Hope you're taking notes. Let's start with time management. First things first, you might be working a hectic job and might be wondering how can you make time to prepare for GRE with that job? But here's the thing, if we do not choose the life that we want, then somebody else is going to choose that life for us. I recommend starting to wake up a little bit earlier. So for example, if you wake up at 8, maybe start waking up at 7 a.m. Give that 1 additional hour to studying. Additionally, you will also have to find time to come back from work and study. I know it's going to be challenging sometimes, but I definitely would like you to push yourselves a little bit. You will have to give time to studying on the weekends as well. And this might mean turning down social invitations or turning down invitations from your friends. I would also encourage you to think about the pockets of time during your day when you might be just scrolling on your phone. But I understand you can't carry your books everywhere. So what you can do is study on Unacademy using your phone. Learning the concepts. If you have never taken GRE, I do recommend at least 2 months of just learning the concepts across GRE. Don't try to cover all the topics together. You will likely be very demotivated and confused. Remember, regardless of your degree, both quant and verbal are important for your success. Depending on your previous training, you might be better at one than the other. Focus on improving your weak spots, but do not forget to further strengthen your existing strengths. Make notes so you don't have to go through the entire book again right before the exams. I recommend attempting at least 50 questions on both quant and verbal every day. It should be untimed. On the weekends, revise everything that you have studied on the week. It will help you solidify those concepts a little bit more. And here's the fun thing, the more you read, the more your grasp on the language is going to improve. Make it a habit to read editorials from good publications every morning. What is also important is that you're not reading just one genre every time. So for example, let's say you're very interested in science. Then if you read a reading comprehension that is science-based, you will be able to comprehend it much quicker compared to a reading comprehension based on history. Training yourself to read and understand various topics will help you comprehend various topics across the sun at the same speed. Preparing for the test. Once you have gone through all the concepts across quant, verbal, and analytical reasoning, it's time to start doing timed tests. At this point, you should be taking at least 50 of quantitative and 50 of verbal questions every day in a timed fashion. The biggest mistake that you might be making is not reviewing your questions after solving them. It is important that you understand your weaknesses so that you can work on those topics a little bit more. So for example, I had a bad habit of trying to read through the questions very quickly. And there would be questions which would ask for not true, and I would just respond with the true statements, making silly mistakes. Such silly mistakes in the actual exam can cost a lot of points for you, resulting into an admit or a reject from a top university that you want to go to. 10 days before the exam, schedule alternate days for timed mock tests and checking your answers, and the next day to attempt the same question paper again, but without the mistakes that you made on the previous day. There is no limit to the number of mock tests that you can do. I do recommend at least 5 tests before the exam. Focusing on AWA section is also the key. And here's the trick. There is a set way of writing essays. Once you master the way of writing those essays, it would be a cakewalk for you. On the day of the exam, sleep on time the day before the exam so that you are not groggy at the test center. Don't forget to carry your passport. That's the only valid ID form that is accepted at a GRE center. Read your notes for quick revision, but do not stress too much. You should also have a list of colleges that you want to send your GRE scores to. You can send your GRE scores to 4 colleges free of cost at the test center. Remember, you got this. People have done it before, and there is no reason why you will not be able to do it with the right strategy and preparation. If you find this video helpful, do give it a like and share it with a friend. And don't forget, I'm cheering for you.